Hello everyone, I am your game master, and today we are playing yet another twisted one-shot pull. We have done all Warlock, and we have done no Spellcaster. So let's see what episode 3 has in store. We pulled both of Atticus' ideas, so whose idea will we pull next? We pulled Aarakocra Warlock, which is very interesting because that's the idea that is connected to the Warlock one. That idea was thought up by me. So this means that everyone in this particular one shot has to be an Aarakocra and a Warlock, which means they're also part of the one Aarakocra Warlock group. They cannot be part of a different Aarakocra Warlock group because there isn't any. So, this is a level 5 one-shot. Our story takes place on the island of Nyx once again, the center of demonic events on the islands of ancient skies. Most everyone here are warlocks, except for the few paladins who live in the Cove of Peace. However, something has been going on in that cove that isn't so peaceful. Something that you are being told by your leader to investigate. Will they be able to stop whatever the paladins are doing in the Cove of Peace? Let's find out in Twisted One Shot.
Hello everyone, this is episode 3 of Twisted One-Shots, where today we are not going to introduce class and race because everyone knows the class and race. It is Aarakocra Warlock. And so we're just going to introduce names. And also Jem is here but not playing because of moving. Or did you want to say it?
I'm currently packing a box,
Yeah.
and I've been packing all morning, and I slept until 1, so I've just been packing all day to try and move.
Yep. Either way, Luke and Atticus, you can introduce your characters. Luke, you can go first.
Okay, so my character's name is Okasak, he, him, and so last time my character was also a warlock of the fiend, and that character was more of just like a religious type warlock, like was always studying everything. This guy is a full-on cultist. He's like going underground all the time. He's actually like channeling the magic of this dark fiend in like through his abilities. So yeah,
Love
that's
it.
me.
Atticus.
So my character is Therda. She is Oath of the Fiend, Pact of the Blade. And I don't know how I'm gonna play her. So
Alright. Great. Well, for this one, I kind of brought up this group in the previous one-shot. It's insanely funny how that worked out. But in the previous one-shot, there was a different group going after something in the Cove of Peace. And now we get to meet that group. And so what I am talking about is that this group is actually all part of the same warlock kind of cult group in a sense. Where as multiple warlocks follow different leaders, there are groups that follow the same leader. Your leader is just kind of like a like emperor of all birds clouds in a sense, just like overwatcher of birds. But there's particular birds that it doesn't watch over, and those birds just kind of flock in their own, like penguins. It doesn't watch over penguins. So those birds just kind of flock in their own. But either way, you guys still aren't always together with the group because there's time for sleeping and eating and like doing your own things. So I would like to know what everyone was doing before they got the message. So I'll start with Atticus because we have a smaller group today. So start with Atticus.
So I guess Therda was probably just chilling.
Okay. Yeah. The group that you guys are in doesn't like to send carrier pigeons because pigeons are another one of those animals that are kind of like they're worthless. Pigeons are worthless. And so instead they will send like these like tiny owls that are only meant to send letters, and then once they send the letter, there's like dark magic inside of the owl, and once they have put the letter in your hands, they just die. The owl just
Fuck.
explodes into feathers.
It's kind of wasteful.
It's very
Yeah,
wasteful.
incredibly.
It's very wasteful, but they do not care.
You're telling me you can't recycle owls? You can't just use one?
Oh, the way that
Yeah.
the way that they recycle them is that it explodes. It's like a phoenix. It explodes, and then a little one just kind of like it's like a phoenix,
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
but an owl. It's an owl phoenix. So either way, that weird owl phoenix flies in and gives you a letter, which basically states that they need your help because something is going wrong in the Cove of Peace, and the group tells you to meet at their usual meeting spot, which is in like a area around a big tree with a like you know how like birdhouses are in trees? It's more like the tree is inside of the birdhouse. It's like a big birdhouse on like and there's like a little tree. So that's where your usual meeting spot is. Okay, so Atticus, what does your character do once it gets the letter?
yeah, I go there.
Okay. Luke, what is your character doing before getting the letter?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm back.
Perfect.
I'm meeting with 3 other worshippers of this fiend, who, by the way, is Fraz Urglu, who's the Prince of Deception.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Prince of Deception, Demon Lord of Illusions.
All right. Yeah.
But
So
anyway, I'm with 3 other worshippers, and we're all just like kind of like chanting,
yeah, and with
hanging out.
what I said previously, your character, while supporting this fiend, there are fiends who support other fiends. So if you're part of one fiend, you are kind of also part of like another fiend in a sense, but like lesser. So with like the bird fiend has other fiends that it's part of. Despair is one of them. And
Despair?
is that what you said, or what did you say?
It's a deception.
Oh, deception. Thank you. Deception, and also the fiend of sorrow messages is also one that he is a part of. So that's kind of like the 3. And so you get one of those weird owl carrier phoenix pigeon things that flies over to you as you are all like, yeah, like chanting. One of the guys is like chanting, and then forgets the name to chant. And one of the things you know about forgetting the name to chant is that it can bring up consequences whenever you don't chant the name when there is a chant. And if you and just like the d- um 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 ah, and his hand, like you see like a just like it's a quick thing. It's like a knife just like the knife is gone and his hand is gone. Just like damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Avete fras urblu justus est princeps nemo maior est quam fras urblu.
And he leaves the circle with like his hand bleeding, just like no more hand, just a limp like wrist bleeding, and just walks away in shame. And the owl sits in its place, gives you the letter, and then does the phoenix thing and leaves. Luke, you're muted.
Poor owl.
Yes. Yeah, so it gives you the letter. The letter basically says like the same thing I gave to Atticus, which is just that we need you in our usual meeting place.
Okay. I go.
Yeah, you finish the chant and you go. The leader of the group is like sitting in front of the big birdhouse and says that it appears that your two are the only ones who are here today. Others usually would be there. There are at least like 5 in your group. But two of them recently had to go to the island of Selene for another event. And one of them was told to man a ship on the island of Jupiter. But, we don't talk about Craig. Anyway, the point.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do, but he won't be found ever again. And you see the leader says that the weird events that you've been hearing about, because you've heard like, oh, there's been rumors. Luke, you've noticed it in your own like bigger group that you've gotten like smaller and smaller numbers, and you kind of threw it off as just like that's what our leader does. But it wasn't, and actually, it's been kind of determined that there may be some other things going on. And so warlocks have gone completely missing from the map. Like, they don't know where they are. They might be dead. No one knows. Some of them are missing. Some of them are captured. And so everyone believes that this is coming from the Cove of Peace. There's something going on there. Things have been a little bit sketchy with the paladins. Paladins have never really liked the warlocks. You guys have kind of always been at odds, but this is new. This is kind of like a new kind of at odds thing that's never really happened. It's happened before, but not to this extent. And so he asks you guys to investigate, and if you want to be paid in return, then he will pay you. But most people who worship this fiend don't really, like, when they're told to do a job, they just do it, because otherwise they're afraid that the fiend will kill them or do something to them.
Yeah, okay.
So, it's a it takes you it takes you 2 days to get to the Cove of Peace. It's a long kind of ways away from where you guys usually meet. It would normally take you 2 days, but the leader was able to acquire
Griffins?
hippogriffs. Thank you.
Hippogriffs.
Yeah, was able to acquire hippogriffs for both of you. And so
Birds
you,
riding on birds.
yeah, you, yeah,
Chilling.
exactly.
Wait, couldn't we just fly there?
You could, but hippogriffs have a longer time without rest. Like they can go a day without rest, and so they just get you there within 4 hours. And once you arrive, you also see other warlock groups have been missing people, and you're yeah, the tree. There's not a lot of trees, so you're able to kind of fly low enough to the ground, but just enough to hear some whispers of something known as the cleansing of Nyx, which you two already know about, but your characters don't really know about it. So I'd ask you to make an investigation check.
Investigation?
History, sorry. Both of you
History.
history.
That's a 15.
15?
That's a 14.
14. Yeah, so both of you pretty much know that the islands of Ancient Skies used to be the islands of Hera, and then the Great Break happened where they all wanted to be, have ownership of themselves. Some of them stayed in the islands of Hera, others broke off, and the island of Nyx was the last one to break off from Hera. But some people in the islands of Hera didn't like that, and they wanted the island back, but they got a section, which is the Cove of Peace. However, if people are talking about it again, then this means that it's back, because most people after the Cove of Peace was taken didn't really care about taking back the island. It's okay, we have enough, we're fine. But you think that there's some kind of uprising again, that they want Nyx again. They want your island once again. Do you guys talk to each other at all before you finally reach the Cove of Peace?
No.
Okay.
No,
I won't.
I mean, you might talk to me, but I'm not talking.
I think I'm not gonna initiate conversation
Okay.
at all. So.
Yeah. So yeah, you neither of you guys never really talked with when the group was there. The six of you, including the leader, were kind of just kept to yourselves. There was one really giddy member, but that member was not here today. And then Craig never talked to anyone because he was always waiting for that one boat call, and he got it, and so he's just kind of ready, he's accepting that today's his day, or maybe tomorrow. He doesn't know when. But he will die. All Craigs die. Jeez. And then, as you reach the Cove of Peace, you see a giant machine that is right in front of you. And I'm gonna ask you both to make an investigation check.
So that is.
What if I don't want to
6?
investigate it?
Well, then you can just look at it. If you don't want to investigate it, then sure. But
That's a 19.
it's 19. Okay. And what did you say, Atticus?
A 6.
6. So, Atticus, you've never seen a big machine, maybe something from the islands of Hera. Hera is where most technology comes from. They've advanced way faster than us humans have with technology. They've built things that are far beyond us, in the time that they are in, and also things that are something we've built now, like a phone or something like that. They've built better things, and they don't like to give it to the other islands. Like, they'll give it sometimes, but the islands have to pay a hefty amount to get anything from the islands of Hera, because they do not take kindly to giving it to what they deem lesser islands to them. So you, and also when you're looking at this, Luke, you notice the seal of the islands of Hera, but you also notice the seal of the cleansing of Nyx. And behind that seal, above the seal of the cleansing of Nyx, there's a timer. And the timer is like ticking down, like a bomb in a sense. You reason that if the timer goes all the way down, something blows and the whole island is just, everyone on the island is dead.
Reasonable.
And you also realize that there is no paladins like around this, so they expected just to like leave this and expected it just to go off without anyone needing to man it. Behind the seal has like a little, like, there's a screw that would, like, if you were to open it, it's like opening a computer and seeing wires. If you were to open it, you see the wires. And basically, you also see a bit, like, something in red letters says, "For emergency use only." And there are what we would call Wordle puzzles. There are 4 modern-day Wordle puzzles that are the specific colors of the wires that you should cut if you're going to deactivate the bomb. Because once it is on,
So
the only way to deactivate it is cutting the wires. And if you cut all of them, then it will explode. If you cut the wrong wires, it will explode. And you see, as you are as you are collecting all of this in your head, Luke, the timer has ticked down to 8 minutes. So we are going to roll initiative in a sense, but I'm going to ask you both to roll initiative.
So we're running Wordle.
Yes, I have the puzzles that you guys will be doing. But either way, I will tell you that there are 10 wires, and 4 of them are the ones that you should cut. So we're going to go through like each. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through each one. And I'm going to tell you what the 10 wires are. So we have green, peach, pearl, white, snowy, olive, hazel, amber, black, and brown. So how this is going to work, this is going to work a little bit differently than battles do, because this is not a battle in a sense. You are running against a clock, and normal rounds take like, what is it, like 6 seconds. 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So
10 rounds per minute.
This is going to be a little bit different. Each round is going to be a minute. Each full round is going to be a minute. So you have 8 rounds to disarm.
8 rounds to solve several Wordle puzzles.
There are only 4 Wordle puzzles. And I will say that if you really need a intelligent, like you need a clue, I will ask you to make an intelligence save. And if you beat a DC 15, then you will get a clue.
Okay.
So we are going to go into the first one. So just put in, they're all 5-letter colors. So.
Okay, so they're all colors.
Yes, and Luke, you are going to go first. you can either give me a word, or you can use your action for a clue. The other thing you can use your action for is to cut a wire. We're just gonna go Luke, Atticus, Luke, Atticus, and then that's like a round.
Okay.
And if you cut a wire, time will be added. So if you do get a wire, then time will be added.
There are 10 wires, 4 of them need to be cut.
Yes.
I'm first, right?
Yes, you are first.
Alright, first guess Pearl.
Alright, so you got 3 of the letters.
Oh, it's
Okay,
peach.
so you know what the next one is.
Yeah. I'll cut the peach wire.
Alright, so yeah, you got that one. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
You cut
Let's go.
the peach wire, and
Good first guess.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Pearl's a really good first guess. It has R, E, and A.
Yep. So
I was gonna go for olive.
peach
It's got
wire
all the vowels pretty much.
is gone, and
No A, though.
the timer is slowing down. So you still have now 8 rounds. That's your first round done, but you still now have 8 rounds left because you cut one of the wires. So you have 8 rounds left. So wires add a certain amount of time.
They do.
So-
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it's not like danger immediately. Alright, so this is the next one. Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Pearl, again.
Alright. So
Seems like a
Pearl.
good word.
Watch this one be Pearl.
Ooh.
Yikes. Not good. Not good.
Alright, Atticus.
I'll go green.
Alright. Ooh. That's 1 round. You got 7 rounds left now for the whole thing. For all of them.
Oh, no.
Reminder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's olive.
Okay.
It has to be olive.
That's the thing. Okay.
Olive or white.
Okay. It can't be yeah, olive or white. No, it can't be olive because there's no L.
So yeah.
White. I
White.
cut the white wire.
You got.
Yeah.
Yep. You cut the white
Let's go.
wire.
The white wire.
You have 7 rounds, and that's another wire down. Atticus, it'll be your turn.
Alright.
You did that one.
Alright, I'm going to guess olive.
Not that first try.
Alright, I guess I can't change my action then after the fact. But
Yeah, but
Okay, so
yeah.
I cut the olive wire.
yeah, you cut the olive wire. So now the final wire. There are a total of 6 rounds left to get this one.
Oh
so.
yeah, we're chilling.
All right,
For this
Luke,
one,
Atticus,
or
you go.
Atticus, sorry, you're up.
amber.
Ooh.
Okay. What's the other one? The Ethiopian that has an R. It has to be green. I cut the green wire.
All right, you cut the green wire, and the bomb is off. You
That
have
one was.
destroyed the. Well, you have destroyed it because it would have blown up. I will
Now
tell you.
I shoot my Eldritch Blast at it.
You
Is
shoot
it is it completely disarmed?
Yeah, it's disarmed. It just
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Are we like 100% sure that like
let's
if we
maybe
destroy
make-
it now it won't like
yeah, it won't do
completely-
anything.
If we start
It's-
taking pot shots at it.
it's a hunk
Okay.
of metal now.
it's just a hunk of metal.
Yes.
Then I cast fireball. There's no way I'm gonna cast that
Yeah, I'm
any
gonna
other
do-
time.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
I
do
cast
that.
fireball on it.
It just like it's erupting and it's just in flames. In flames. You cast a couple Eldritch blasts at it, like some chunks of metal pop off.
Can I do an Arcana check real quick as
Of
to
course.
the way the bomb works?
Yes.
But that's an 18.
All right. So
So
this,
minus it says 17 actually.
yeah. So 17. So this bomb was made by the islands of Hera, which is where you get all your technology from. Kind of what is unique about Hera is that while they use a lot of they use magic in some of their technology.
It's mostly mechanical.
Correct. It is mostly mechanical things that they make. There is some magic as to how it explodes because it would have to kill everyone. So it releases a toxin that can get at people, but the way that it works is that there is when the bomb explodes, there is a protection field surrounds the island so that the gas cannot escape. So the entire island that it is on, or the place that it is on, will get infected or will get killed by this gas, but no one else that is not on the island will.
The reason it's dangerous is not magical.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay.
And so the magical part of it is just the force field.
Okay.
And also you guys would know that the Vampiric Empire, which is a different way off island, off from the islands of the ancient skies. This did happen to the Vampiric Empire. There was a but it wasn't the Islands of Hera that did it. It was something else that caused this, but you were not entirely sure what caused it. Just something killed a bunch of people there. In that island. You get on your hippogriffs and you fly back to the birdhouse where your leader asks you what you two want in return, if you want anything at all. So is there anything in particular that you can think of that your character would want in return?
A good deed well done is its own reward.
Avete fras herblu justus este princeps nemo maior est quam fras herblu princeps deceptionis dominus falciarum demon fras herblu solus deus est qui contaminant fras herblu mori
I would like to stop you right there.
I do not understand you.
I put my hood on and walk away.
Out of character, what are you saying in English?
Oh, so
He
I
puts his hood on.
translated all of this. Let me
In-
see if
is
I can remember what I did. So, Avete fras herblu is all hail fras herblu.
Mm-hmm.
Fras herblu justus este princeps is fras herblu is the rightful ruler.
Okay.
Nemo maior este quam fras herblu. I don't remember what that one is.
Mm-hmm.
Princeps deceptionis dominus falciarum demon. That is Prince of Deception, Demon Lord of illusions.
So did you just make a gibberish language, or did you
No,
translate?
No, that's Latin.
This is Latin.
Oh, this
I
is
put
Latin.
it all into Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
That
Franz
was Latin.
Herblu part was throwing me off in my translation.
But yeah, so the leader is like, all right, you do get a kind of newspaper thing that states that Aarakocra Craig has died. We will be currently filling the place of Craig in the Aarakocra group.
Oh no.
No.
This is one Craig before the Craig who died in the first episode. So this is one Craig before that. Next week we will have just Atticus and Jem because
Okay.
you'll be away
Yes.
in Maine. So we'll just have Atticus and Jem. But that is it. That was the big whole thing. It wasn't that long. It's actually one of the shorter episodes of this. It's just more of a
Yeah.
fun destroy a machine episode and solve some
Some
Wordle
fun
puzzles.
Big
Wordle.
Wordle. Yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly, that is way better than my actual Wordle.
Yeah. Anyway, bye everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, fair YouTube citizen.